Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. Guys, today we are going to check out a couple of new controllers, possibly for the retro game systems that I build. It's going to be fun. Here we go. Guys, do me a favor before we get this started. Go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button down there for me. Since we have branched this channel off of the main channel, and if you guys don't know about the main channel, I'll throw a link up there for you. It's growing, but it's growing kind of slowly, and that's kind of the wonderful world of new channels. So if you would, it helps the algorithm. So hit that like and subscribe for me. Good news for you. On the retro game systems, you guys can see I've actually got one right here. You could probably see one cracked up back here, and you can see 4 drives that are cloning over here. I'm going crazy with these things, man, and we are. I've got them for sale here in the local shop, and I'm also going to offer them on my Etsy shop. That should be updated shortly. So if you want a full-on gaming system like this, or you just want the actual SATA disk to install in any PC or laptop, I got you covered, not a problem. But today, you guys, we have used these EasySMX controllers for the longest time. These have been bulletproof. They always work. This one is actually kind of unique because it's a rechargeable, but a majority of the time I use one that uses standard AA batteries, and I have never had one go dead on me. And I mean, I've had them on my bench out there for a year. So they're very, very efficient. These controllers are just great. But as with everything, things are starting to get more expensive. So I've been looking for more options, other things we can possibly do, but they still have to have the same functionality that we're used to, okay? So we're going to try 2 today. Now, this is the economic version. This is the JoyRetro wireless controller for the PC Classic Mini. Now, this has got a USB receiver in it, just like the EasySMX controllers do. And even though it's designed specifically for the PC Mini, it should work with our game system. We're going to test that. The other one, and I hold a little more hope for this one, guys. This is the Pyle, and I'm not even going to try to say the name, PGMC3W, yeah, that. This is designed for PS4s. However, as you can see, it will run on everything down there, from Androids to TVs to PC, which means that it'll work for this. More importantly, it's got a hardwire cable in it, but it also has Bluetooth 2.1. So this has actually got Bluetooth 4.0 in it. So this should be perfectly compatible. But we're going to test that theory also. And what we're looking for here, guys, is not only ease of use, ease of setup, which they're both going to be pretty easy, but we're also looking for lag. I cannot handle lag in games, and we'll be testing it on probably Mario. It's the easiest thing to test it. When you hit the button, how long from button push to action on the screen there actually is. So let's go ahead and start out with this cheapie here. This is the JoyRetro. Guys, I think that controller might have been $10 at best. I'll throw links for all this down there in the description, just on the offhand chance this is actually a good controller. Okay, let's see what we get in the box. It's very light, that much I can tell you for sure. There we go. And a pretty nice packaging there. Now, the receiver is roughly the same size as the receiver. I know you guys can see this down here. The receiver for the EasySMX, so they're about the same size. As far as they're about, actually, that has like no weight at all, guys. That feels like air. But it does have that same little red light you can see blinking there. So it's got the same light on it. The controller itself is this is also a rechargeable. Guys, that is so light. All right, look. Just because it's light doesn't mean it's garbage. And I've had videos in the past on my other channel. I'll throw you a link up here that prove that. Just because it's light doesn't mean it's garbage. So we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt. What we don't know is if it is charged at all, because using the power button on it, there are no LEDs. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to plug this one in over here to charge for a couple minutes anyway. And then we will unbox the other one and see. Let's see if we have any LED. Okay, we do have a little LED blinking down there at the bottom. You guys can't see that over there, but you can see it from the main camera. All right, so we're going to let that run for a little bit. Okay, so you get your instruction manual, and we'll throw that over there, and we'll keep our receiver right there. Y'all remind me where I put that receiver. All right. Now let's check out the Pyle PCMG, yeah, whatever. Okay. So in the box, now this has got some more weight to it, guys. This one, let's see what she looks like here. Ooh, that's actually a very nice looking controller. Guys, it is, I mean, real close. So to give you an idea, the EasySMX that we always use weighs about 7 ounces. And let me verify that here. I'm going to put it back on ounces. That was Troy ounces. Yeah, 7 ounces. This controller weighs, they are almost identical, guys. They are within 0.2 ounces of each other. So to give you an idea of the weight difference, they're about the same. This one is also rechargeable. In the box, we've got our, looks like a Pyle 1-year warranty card. Once again, Amazon, you're good there anyway. And we've got our instructions, which look like a one-sheet, which strangely enough, to pair and press the share and home key. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I see a share. I don't see a home key. So I'm assuming that this is probably a button, but we'll test that theory in a second. And you get your charging cable, which is a micro USB. So nothing special there. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I am going to pair this to this machine. We're going to flip Stumpy around here. Let's start with the Pyle since we're charging the other one anyway. I'm going to pair this with the machine and let's see what it does. So we're going to use our EasySMX. Let me flip Stumpy around here so you guys can actually see what we are doing. Here we go. Get him angled up correctly. Yeah, excuse this, guys. I am going to get my video capture card back online here shortly. It's been so long since I used it, I haven't had a chance. So, okay, so let's go over here. Let's just for giggles, we're going to, I'm curious to see if, first of all, we're going to link this via the USB cable. All right. And then we'll link it via USB, or excuse me, Bluetooth. That's what I want to find out. Okay, plugging that in. We're just going to go to a front side. Now, this might auto-detect the controller. Let's see if it does. And it does. It actually detected the Sony Entertainment wireless controller already. And make sure you guys can see that. Let me turn that up here a little bit. It did actually auto-detect it now. And, guys, strangely enough, other than having A and B backwards, and I actually prefer, okay, when I calibrate these controllers, I reverse A and B because A to me is the natural progression to enter, to go into it, to launch the game. But for some reason, the way Xbox calibrates it, A is back and B is select because of the location on the controller. So what we're going to do is I want to see if we can reverse that right now. So we're going to go down here. We're going to go to controller settings. Once again, A is B. Okay. Controller mapping, and we're going to map it. Okay. Now, here's where A and B come in handy. So instead of me going east here, we're going to go south first, then east. There we go. Okay. Start, we're going to make the options button. So you guys can, yeah, that's probably going to be the best thing to do. So options, we'll do the share button as select. And now we're going to do the D-pads. Up, down, left, right, shoulder, shoulder, left analog up, left, up, left, left trigger, right trigger, click on button, and hotkey we're going to make share. Now, the reason we did that is, there we go. Now it's functioning like it should. Okay, so it's calibrated to the system. That's actually very important. Let's go over here to Super Nintendo real quick. And yes, you guys are getting a kind of a perusal of this. You know what? We can just do it in Mario Brothers. Scrolling on down here to give you an idea of the size of this system. It's impossibly large. I mean, you would never play all these games in your entire life. I guarantee it. So, but you know, let's go to Super Mario Brothers. The original Mario was more like a platformer. So let's see. And I think Super Mario Brothers was right there and there. Okay. So all we want to look at, guys, is we want to see what the difference is between button click and actual action. Okay, one player game, and let's see if we can do it. Okay, so the A button is right here, so we're going to push. That's pretty instantaneous, guys. You guys can see that. From push to action, it's pretty instant. But that is on USB. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and reset by hitting the options and share, which is like the start and back on the other one. That should reset us and take us back out, and it does. This is our B button. We're going to hit B, and it's going to take us back to here. Now, we want to calibrate a Bluetooth version of this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm putting the other controller back in. As you can see, it identified that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our EasySMX controller. Now, I only have to do this once, guys. And believe it or not, I've only had to connect up one Bluetooth to this. So we're going to pair a Bluetooth device. And, oh, hold on a second. It might have already connected to it. Right now, it's trying to connect to the camera over here. You got to love that. All right, and we are now connected. Now, we're going to go ahead and redo this because since it is Bluetooth, I want to make sure that it actually has all of the same connections that we had last time. So shoulder, shoulder, left analog, up, left, left trigger, right trigger, stick push, and we're going to keep it on share. And okay. All right, so now we've got this actually paired up. We're going to remove the other controller completely. And now this is the only controller online. So let's go ahead. We're going to go into Nintendo. Let's pick our Super Mario Brothers, and let's give it a shot. All right. So what we want, guys, is we want to see differential if there's any time. Now that we're on Bluetooth, you can see you got a nice blue light on right there. And here we go. Jump. Guys, that is pretty much instantaneous. Look at that. Okay, so let's just run down the way here and see if we can get into some trouble. Oh, yeah, we got into some trouble. Hey, I'm better at this, I promise you. But, all right, one more thing here. Let's see how it jumps. That looks good. Yeah, I know there's a mushroom below me. See, I know this game, guys. It's just been a while since I played it. So, yeah, about that. Okay, guys, this is actually really nice. Okay, this is a great candidate for a new controller, or an optional controller, I should say. Overall, it's moving well. Now, I do not know duration and timing on that battery because I haven't even charged it yet. We're running off of the existing charge in the battery. But there you go. As you can see, it's running perfectly, and there's no problems. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit the option and share, and we're going to break out of it. Okay, this controller, to me, goes down as a big plus. Guys, there are also buttons back here that theoretically, if you wanted to use, we have 4 more buttons on the back of this that we're not even using right now. So more than Batacera or RetroPie even be able to use. So you could map those if you wanted to like your start, your select, and all that other stuff. But this is all up to you once you get the controller. This is a winner. All right, let's go ahead, and I have no idea how much charge is on this. I'm betting none. Let's plug in this little light, airy little receiver thing here. First, we're going to go ahead and put our EasySMX back online. Although now, it just occurred to me, this is going to stay online as a Bluetooth, and this is going to come on now as probably player 2. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we've got that one in. Let's see if we got any power here. And we're going to go over here. We're going to tell it to configure. Yep, it actually saw something. So we're going to controller mapping, and it sees it. Here we go. So we're, God, this thing is so light, guys. I swear. All right, mapping the controller. All right, same deal. There we go. Start and select. And then up, down, left, right. We don't have, okay, so shoulder, shoulder. All right, now we're not going to have any of the other controllers because as you can see, that is straight up analog, that side, period. That's what you get. So in order to bypass that, you just push any button and hold it, and it'll say not defined. There we go. Now we do need a trigger, so left trigger, right trigger. We do not have sticks, so we're not going to push that. We're just going to press and hold, and we're going to go ahead and make select our hotkey. And there we go. Okay, so this one is now calibrated. So let's go back over here to Nintendo again, and let's see what it does. So, yeah, the way that works, the first controller that the system sees is going to inherently be controller number 1. Since we disconnected this and this never dropped connection, this became 1. And there was no way to get rid of it because you can't turn it off that I can find. And I'll look at that in a second. Other than my guess is time. If you weren't messing with it, it'd go off on its own. So, all right, here we go, guys. So we're going to start a game. And let's see what this actually does. All right, so we're going to start her up. Here we go. And let's see what we get here, guys. All right, so we're looking for our jump, jump, jump. There you go. I'm going to move them right there. Jump, 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 jump. Guys, that is pretty dang good. All right, hold on a minute. Dude, I did the exact same thing I did last time. No laughing. All right. So we're going to try this one more time here. There we go. Get that mushroom. Get that coin. Oh, okay. I did that on purpose for those of you who are watching. Okay. What I'm testing now is the holding down of 2 buttons, and it seems to be working fine. There we go. Get down there. You know, I've never been a big fan of D-pads on this game, especially, and I can feel, honestly, I can feel the difference in the quality of how that D-pad reacts when you actually click on buttons. It's not bad. There is a clicky nature to it, but you can definitely tell you're dealing with a cheap membrane. Let's put it that way. So as far as functionality, yeah, it's working fine, but you also have to wonder about durability and longevity of it. So, but overall, guys, dude, it's like a $6 controller, like $8. It's dirt cheap. So it's a great little replacement. All right, let me get cleaned up here. We'll come back and we're going to talk to you about these controllers. Here we go. So what do you think, guys? Okay, look. Obviously, this one is a lot higher quality than this one, but it's not a lot higher price. So given the choice between these, whatever, dude, I'm going with this every single day. It works, it's easy to configure, and it's Bluetooth. Now, the only thing I haven't been able to figure out, guys, and I have combed what instructions there are, is how to turn the thing off. So I'm assuming that at the end of the day, this is about time. If you leave it alone for a period of time, it's going to shut itself off. At least I hope so, and it doesn't just sit on until the battery goes off. But since you can see that when it disconnected, it turned off, I guess that's a good thing? Question mark? Probably. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to have links for all this down in the description. They're cheap. They're effective. They work. If you want a game system, let me know. If you just want a disc to plug into your laptop, PC, or whatever to boot off of it and run the game system, let me know because it's improving every day. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.